Hey, folks. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with the medieval one here. It's um, welcome to Battlespace, Bonds of Iron. It's gonna be my real set TTRPG, but it's gonna be set in like a alternate Earth type of situation, alternate world type of situation. There's gonna be no low fantasy or no fantasy at all. This is just gonna be like realistic cultures and explorations of that. So, anyways, so we're just having a little bit of fun. I'll go over everything here in a minute. All right. So this just creating characters right now. Sylvie, Morgan, House, Rittenberg, British, Evil, and inspired by British medieval 13th century noble house. Okay, so let's get okay. So now we're gonna get down to designing her. Oh, wrong one. We're gonna get down to designing some heraldry for that. So Brittenberg. So we're gonna make a little bit of a play off of fucking British humor. Take the piss. All right. Had a charge. Had a want to had a crown or a fucking crown and a lion, eh? All right. We'll do this. Have a little bit of fun with it. Where's my charge? Crosses. We want miscellaneous. We want a crown, right? So royal crown, yellow, red, and nope, it needs to be red, uh, gold, purple. All right. This uh, green, sapphire. That's a little too green. Sure. Okay. So now we drop the size on that to probably do about 50 or so. And we're going to put it up. Line it up right there. Okay. So that's good. Okay. So that charge is done. We're going to add a charge again. And it's not going to be a rampant, it's going to be a lion. So, lion. Lion rampant. You're looking for gold ore. You're looking for black. And red is good. And we're looking for something probably around 75, 80. Okay, so there's 90. Okay. Okay, so we can size that back up and drop it down a little more. There you go. There you go. There's our cheeky British inspired fat merchant house. Fucking Adam Smith rent seeking landlord motherfuckers. fucking fucking aristocracy, eh? Alright, so ooh, you've got an old house. Well, so you're not the only fucking one, idiot. Anyways, rename house Rittenberg. This is totally going to be a cheeky fucking play on the British. Okay, so rename Gutenberg heraldry. Okay, so now we've got that, 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 and that. All right, so can you please generate a picture of this man in appropriate merchant dress in his office, please. With family crest hanging on the wall as well. Okay, there we go. I'm going a little bit into mythology there by bringing up Morgan. Often treat with bears and archers and things that should not be named and give other names, then you gotta have some nod towards mythology. So we're going to make fun of Morgan. We're gonna gender bender back to my hell or whatever. I don't know. Some criticism, whatever. Always look on the bright side of life. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. All right. So what did the British look like? There you go. So fucking on point, man. Oh, that's great. There you go. There's a representation of the apex of the British culture in the medieval times. And aristocracy itself. All right, so a little bit of fun with this. Organ of House Rittenberg. There we go. And all right, so perfect because he will be my comedic critique of British imperial culture coming from a Canadian viewpoint. Oh, you guys are gonna be fucking ripped, man. I'm gonna fucking flame you guys. Anyways, it's all in fun, brothers. No, he's never going to be cartoonishly villainous. But I mean, he's not going to have the self awareness to ever say like, "Are we the baddies?" He's just going to be the fucking. He's going to be the aristocracy. He will be my critique on aristocracy. There you fucking go. Everybody's got to have a little bit of fun. If you're too self-absorbed with yourself, that you're gonna get that offended. I mean, I'm not picking on the British because they're British. I'm just picking on it because you had the British Empire, and I'm coming from the Canadian viewpoint, and like it's just, you're the empire that I wanted to have, take the piss with and have some fun with and make some. I mean, I could, I do a lot of comparisons and critiques and shit of the American Empire. And that shit's just dark just because they're in a dark place and there's weird people that just like they're fucking blasphemous as all hell, really. It's like fucking 250 years of just like fucking blasphemy. Whatever. I mean, oh, at least the fucking British and they went out like, I mean, whatever. You guys did a lot of bad too, but at least you did some British engineering that changed the world. Bridges and lighthouses and shit all across this planet. The sun never set on the British Empire for a long time, and that was due to engineering and a lot more than just colonization and conquest. There was an underpinning at some point to professionalism and scientific inquiry and study, and the attempt to be honest. Attempt that's not quite shouldn't quite say it's an honest attempt to better man, but you did try to better man. It tipped the favor a little bit in your monetary interest, but as an empire, you know, the atrocities committed like by empire can be, you know, at the end of the day, doomsday book cataloged and judged, and um, I think the sum of the crimes of the British Empire, uh, objectively speaking, are less than, let's say, the Mongol Empire or the conquests of them, or the American Empire. Like, I mean, the warfare was different back then. Routing and morale, breaking morale, were extremely important. And we're talking about losses in battle. Objectively, if you take a look at military engagements and military history, um, 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 it was about breaking morale. It wasn't about just slaughter. Like, I mean, slaughters happen, but usually it's just about breaking morale, kill enough of them to cause them to run. And anyways, there's other things they did. They, industrialized slavery and shit like that. They were conscious enough to fucking, once they got culturally saturated, I mean, there was an inflection point, and they genuinely tried to address it in society, honestly. So, I don't know. Racism still persists everywhere, but I mean, you can just look at the legal precedents that were enacted year by year, decade by decade. And, I mean, fuck the House of Lords. They're talking about Westminster Parliament. Fuck the House of Lords. Just like if you look at Westminster Parliament, and like the kernel of that goes back to the Witten, the WITEN, and that's where the real kernel of the Westminster Parliament system is. Magna Carta was a legal document. It was a surrender document because the barons were pissed off at the king because the king broke the sacred oaths of the Witten. And the Magna Carta is just the reestablishment of the ancient order. It's not some novel uh, legal standpoint. I mean, if you take a look at it from a legal historian type of lens. Um, Anyways, so I mean, like there's a lot of things that if you understand a little bit more than a surface level thing, that even in our complexity and the systems that everybody is screaming about, like there's like the Commonwealth, like the Commonwealth is like what people don't have to understand. They don't have a full understanding of constitutional monarchy. Like it's like I mean, the Crown of Canada is literally the people of Canada. It's not a bloodline. The like legal definition of the Crown of Canada is the people of Canada. We just by historical precedent, due to the acknowledgement of the Westminster parliamentary system and um, uh, uh, our interpretation of it. Historically, our forefathers understood that we were going to go in a different direction, but the core underpinning, the core rule set. Let's just think of it like a TTRP rule set. Like you have the initial player's manual, and then you have your extra books, your DLCs, or whatever you want to call it. And that's your like I mean the core rule set of Westminster parliamentary system in like a TTRPG type of setting would be like the initial rules, and then you have like the Canada fucking book that has the TTRPG system, but it's got like personalized for that constitutional monarchy, and like I mean just to summarize things in a very simple manner. Anyways, so yeah, so let's take a look at um, posting. Anyways, no, I'm done. All right, folks, I'm gonna post this. So there's my critique on the British aristocracy, um, not British engineering legacy, or not legal legacy from like the actual parliamentary system. We're just gonna make like a critique on the House of Lords and aristocracy. So, like, you guys got ancient families, but so do I. And, I'm just gonna treat you like, cousins and shit and have a little bit of fun with you. So, God bless. And it's nice to be able to spar with somebody that doesn't fucking get all enraged when I make a joke about them. Americans are a little thin-skinned, so I gotta have some fun with somebody that's not gonna go batshit insane. All right. Cheers, folks. Have a good night.